cameras. All right, if you could please answer the poll. All right, we still need a few more people to answer the poll. Okay, a couple more folks, if you'll answer the poll for us. All right, I'm going to end the poll. And let's see, what do we see here? Please turn off your cameras and your microphones. Thank you so much. So what do we see from the poll here today? All right, we see that we have some knowledgeable folks. We have 7 out of 55 that have some knowledge about preparing for a career fair. We have some students that say they have a little bit of knowledge, and we have 23 out of 42 that say they have a little bit of knowledge, and then we have 25 out of 55 that have no knowledge at all. So Sarah, that gives us a little bit of a mix today of folks, and that'll give you some idea as to how to move forward. And then I'd like to introduce to you today your speaker, and your speaker is Sarah Lalong. Now, Sarah has been with the Career Center for over 14 years. Oops, Sarah, give me a second here. There we go. Sarah Lalong is the Employment Services and Event Coordinator at the CSUN Career Center, and she's been here for over 14 years. She is the CSUN alumna. She is a CSUN alumna from the Mike Kerb College of Arts, Media, and Communication. Sarah is a great enthusiast of career exploration and finding the right career field and industry that fits your unique background and direction. Sarah's the person who really brings the employers to the campus for you, for the job fairs. They're here to recruit you as individuals. In her free time, Sarah likes to draw, take pictures, listen to music, watch films, and take walks in nature. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Jan, and thank you all for coming this morning. And we hope to send the recording. We are live streaming this. It is on YouTube as well. So if you want to go back and reference this presentation, and just a reminder for the questions, we will answer questions at the end. Please put them in the chat since we are broadcasting this. Put your question in the chat and we'll read the question for you. We're asking everyone to remain muted and cameras off. Thank you so much. And let's share my screen. And Jan, if you could just confirm that you see my screen, I'm going to get started.
There we go. I see a pink screen.
And one. All right, so today we're going to talk about career fair prep. And to start, let's talk about the value of a career fair. Why should you even attend a job fair? Attending a job fair allows you to explore exciting opportunities that maybe you didn't know about. You can gain insight into the current job market, trends, in-demand skills, and available career opportunities in over 30 different industries. Also networking opportunities, meet real people and get valuable advice. Interacting with potential employers, industry professionals, and recruiters enhances like your opportunity to like find employment. Those connections that you establish can lead to internships, jobs, or future career experiences. So attending a job fair allows you to build a network. You can practice your skills. Attending a job fair is a lot of each interaction with each employer is like a micro interview that can help build your interview skills, your confidence, and potentially even get feedback on your resume or your personal pitch. So yeah, build your confidence by practicing these skills, these micro interviewing skills, and updating your resume and talking with industry professionals. It can help build your confidence in a work-related setting. And if you're nervous, remember the employers want to hire you. They want to meet with you. Get inspired by industry experts, learn from their experiences and their successes, and maybe it can even help motivate you in your studies and acquiring skills and knowledge for your desired career path. So now we're going to talk about, before the fair, a few things you can do in Handshake to prepare. One, you can register in Handshake. Registering in Handshake lets us know an estimate of how many students intend on coming to the event. We make floor plan copies of the floor plan. Employers bring swag like pens and squishy balls and things like that. Swag is stuff we all get. So knowing how many students are planning to participate does give us a sense of how many students to prepare swag and handouts for. And registering in Handshake, you can do it from the mobile app, you can do it from a desktop. It's a very easy process. And then a few additional things. I recommend you download the Handshake app if you haven't done so already. And the reason I recommend you do that is employers now have QR codes for their career fair booths. This is a new system that we're implementing at the job fairs through Handshake, where you can scan the employer's QR code so we can keep track of what students are meeting with what employers and what employers are students interested in. It's going to allow us to make to put our efforts towards employers students are more interested in, and also identify why maybe students aren't interested in certain other employers. So downloading the app will allow you to scan those QR codes. It's not required to scan the QR codes, but again, this information I think will be very valuable when programming for career fairs. A lot of people want to know like who's actually meeting with students, and this will allow us to see what employers are popular with students and which ones are not as popular. And also, if you are scanning employers' QR codes, if you're privacy settings in Handshake are set to community or employers, employers will be able to contact you after the event based on you checking in with them. If your Handshake privacy setting is set to private, the employer won't have access to the connection they made. Also, employers will have access to any resume you have uploaded into your Handshake account that is set to visible. And you can double check that in the document settings from your avatar. And we'll go into those in a little bit on where you can access those. Let's go into Handshake and just see what does this look like. So when I log into Handshake and I go to the events section, I have the Fall Career Fair here. Now, I'm already registered for the Fall Career Fair, so I'm going to leave the event so you can see what it looks like. Join event, and now I'm registered. It's that easy. If I want to hide my attendance, I have that privacy option if I don't want to note that I'm attending. If I want to maybe network with other students who are participating and my profile is set to community, I can potentially see other students who are registered. But you can easily hide your attendance as well. And that's just an additional security setting that if you wish to do that. Now I'm just showing you how to register, and now I'm going to go to my avatar in the upper right hand corner to go over settings. Should you wish to change your privacy settings, that's where you're going to access them, your avatar settings, and then privacy. I do have mine set to community. And save update if you are making changes. And if you're an alum, I recommend that you update your student account with your your non-CSUN related email, so that if an employer does reach out to you, or if you're applying for jobs, or you want to get notifications from the Career Center, your primary email is the one that you receive emails to. Now we're going to go into the My Document section. And just to show you, it's very easy to add and upload a new document. It's going to add and upload from my computer. And I'm going to label the title of the document and then identify what type of document it is. And but I'm not going to do that right now, but that's how you would do it. It's very simple if you're familiar with uploading documents from your computer. Now, this is one thing I want to highlight is if you wish to share your resume with employers, once you've uploaded it, you have this option to showcase it on your profile, and that's how you would do it. Now, if you don't wish to showcase it, then just make sure that that's not selected. And please do not put your address on your resume, your city and state. I have occasionally seen students who do put their complete address. If you're making your resume public, it should not have your address, just your city and state. So like Northridge, California is enough for location. City and state, not specific address. So those are the two settings that I wanted to talk about. Just general system overview, privacy settings, registering, and uploading your resume. They're technical, like simple steps, but now you've seen how to do it. And if you want to go back after, we can send you the presentation and you'll see how I did that. Let's go back into the presentation and go to the next slide. Now we're going to talk about preparing for the fair and some things that you can do to get ready. Working on your Handshake or LinkedIn profiles, those are your online work-related social media profiles. And the benefit of updating them is a well-organized online presence creates a good first impression. It allows you to highlight your interests and skills, your experiences, your accomplishments. It should align with your resume. So your experiences shared with on your profile, your online profile, professional profile should align with your resume. It increases your visibility to employers, potential employers. It facilitates networking, adapts to remote work. If you're interested in working remotely, having an online presence on Handshake and LinkedIn would be a great option to connect with remote employers. And if you have any questions, the Career Center can help answer any questions, and I'll review some resources that we have in CareerLink that can help update your online professional presence. And so, like your online professional profiles, you should revise and upload your resume to Handshake. Now, I have to plug an event that we're having next week, which is Resume Makeover. It's a virtual event. It's on October 18th. It's a Wednesday from 11 to 3, and you can come anytime, but I recommend, if you're coming at 2:45, there could be a chance that you may not be seen because of time limitations. So just to ensure that you are able to get your resume critiqued, I recommend to come earlier, but it is from 11 to 3. And there will be industry professionals from the job fair, career counselors, career peer educators who are going to be critiquing resumes, 10 to 15 minutes. It's a virtual event, and you can have your resume prepared to share, and have one of these resume critiquing experts critique your resume. And it's a great experience, especially to prepare you for professional networking. We also have YouTube videos on resume writing and resources in CareerLink on how to get started, even creating a resume if you've never created one. And so, like I just shared, reviewing CareerLink and Handshake resources that can help guide you prepare, update your resume, update your professional profile online. And I will show you where you can access those resources. So let's go to researching companies. This is a critical step to attend a job fair, is to know what companies are going to be there. Learn about their backgrounds, their industry, culture, job openings. Sometimes the job openings on their website are different than the job openings in LinkedIn, and sometimes the job openings in Handshake are different than the ones in LinkedIn and on their website. So knowing the company's digital presence can help you understand what positions they have open, and what positions could be that could align with your career interests and your career goals. And it helps you make an educated decision, like an informed decision. Also, it's impressive and shows confidence, and it will help you be more confident when speaking with employers. When you are able to refer back to their website or positions they have open, or their values or culture, these are talking points. And by researching companies, you're creating unique talking points that maybe some students wouldn't think of, because they didn't look up the company or the positions that they have available, or their mission, their culture, their background. And of course, a genuine interest. It shows a genuine interest in the company. You can research employers from the list in Handshake. CareerLink has BuzzFile. It's a database of companies where you can research demographic information, and then also their LinkedIn profile, their company website. Employers will have career websites, and just going to their homepage, sometimes you don't get the whole picture if you're not going to their career page. So let's go into Handshake, and I'll show you what some of these resources look like for researching companies. So I'm on the Fall Career Fair page, and that's where I can get a list of all the employers that are attending. So when I scroll down, I see I have these sub tabs, and I'm going to select all employers. And now I have a list of all the approved employers. So just a note, there's 99 employers, but I believe, let me see, does it tell us how many are confirmed? They're not all confirmed yet. We're still waiting on their registration pieces. So they're not necessarily all listed. And some don't have their booth numbers because they've registered more recently and haven't been assigned a booth number yet. So let's review one of the companies. I'm gonna go into well, let's use some of the filters. Let's say I'm not sure who I want to look at, but I want to find someone who is offering an internship. And my major is anthropology. So there's nothing that comes up when I select those filters, but that doesn't mean that there's no internship for students studying anthropology. It just means that there's no direct internship, like a direct internship path for anthropology students. So let's keep it open and broad, and let's see what kind of internships, just filtered by job type, I have as options. So education through music. Oh, I've always liked music. Let's see, like, what kind of opportunity might they have. They are not listing jobs on their page, but they're coming to the job fair. So what that means is that they've registered and they just haven't noted what internships or jobs that they have available to students. But with some investigative work, we might be able to understand a little bit more about who this company is and what kind of employment options they have. I have an overview of the company in Handshake. Now, one of the questions I get a lot from students is why Handshake and why not just LinkedIn? The benefit of Handshake is that it's a university professional management system. So how it differs from LinkedIn is that it's university specific, and university recruiting is a niche recruitment industry. So employers want to connect directly with college students. There's a lot of transferable skills that college students learn, regardless of the hard skills you're learning in your major. You're learning a lot of soft skills, or desired skills from employers that don't necessarily translate to a specific field of study. For example, critical thinking, teamwork, diversity and inclusion, tolerance of those who are different from you, and project management. So there's a lot of desired skills that college students learn regardless of their major that employers are interested in. And if an employer doesn't have the exact qualifications that match your who you are, then that doesn't mean you're not qualified. Your interest, your passion, your work experience, and there's a lot of other factors that come into play when an employer is looking for a candidate, and it's not just major or class level. And that's why coming to a job fair is so important, because it allows you to make those connections, and to learn about things that you may not have considered. So when I go to their profile and Handshake, I do get their description. I have link outs to some of their social media posts. I have an email if I wanted to get in contact with someone, and I have a website. Let's go to their website in a new tab. But before I go, I do just want to note that if you had questions for peers, there's a way for you to reach out and ask questions. You can ask them, like, I see you've worked here. They're coming to the job fair and I'm interested in their position. Can you let me know like what your experience was like? And reach out and ask questions. If you like an employer and you want to know when they post a job or when they're coming to an event, if you follow them, you'll be notified when they're active on campus. And so this employer, I'm sure they have a LinkedIn. We can see that they do have a LinkedIn, but they also have a Handshake profile. So employers value Handshake. Almost every employer you can think to search, you'll find in Handshake. They might not be at the job fair or posting an active job in Handshake, but they most likely will have a profile and more information on how to connect with them. So for example, this employer, I've opened up their website and a new page, and I can see more about their program. Let's close this. There we go. If I want to learn more about their music teachers, I can go to this section. I can learn from reviewing like who is currently working there. And then, so when I said sometimes their career pages, like they'll just list their homepage and you have to investigate and find a career page. This is an example of how, from their top menu, I didn't find the career page, and it wasn't called careers or work for us. It's called employment. So each employer, it's not a standard format of where their career page would be. And maybe they don't have a career page, but most employers do. That are working with us. And so here's their career page, and they have a way for you to contact them. They have, I don't know what this is, pictures. They don't have a lot here, but they do have, oh, there, music teaching. So here we have a list of what they're looking, who are they looking to hire? So here's the intern position that
we are education,
and they have a video, which is always nice, and outlining like the application process and the job description. So that's how you can go through and review different companies. You can filter based on what kind of employment type you're looking for. You can try to filter by major, but again, employers don't always have a good idea of what major they're looking for. And most of the employers that are attending are interested in speaking with students, regardless of their major or class level. They're there to share information with students, to connect with students. They're there for branding. They want you to know, like maybe you're a freshman. They want you to know when you're a junior that these opportunities are available for you. If you are a junior or a senior, they want you to know what kind of full-time employment opportunities they have and what's the best way to apply for those positions when you're ready. If you're an alum, they'll have entry-level employment. Maybe they can direct you to positions that require more experience. And so there's a lot of information to gather at a job fair besides just hiring students. So they're there to share information as well. And let's go back to the presentation. And we're going to move forward. Remember, if you have questions, put them in the chat and we'll get to the questions shortly. So next, this is an important step, like preparing, like researching the companies. Planning your pitch is an important step to prepare for a job fair. Your pitch is how you introduce yourself. What should the pitch include? Your pitch should start with a greeting. Hi, my name is Sarah. And you can share your major, your school year. I'm a accounting major and I'm a graduating senior. Highlight your interests. You know, I took a blah, blah, blah class in accounting and, you know, I'm just, that's not like, you would highlight your interests and why you are studying this major and what are you, express your passion and enthusiasm for your field of study. Mention your experience, share relevant accomplishments, and showcase your expertise and how it aligns with the employer you're interested in. Express your enthusiasm. If you want to make a good impression, then try and connect genuinely with the recruiter, make eye contact, and have things that you want to talk about with the employer. Now, I recommend you practice, you know, you can outline your pitch, and I recommend you practice it. The more you practice it, the more confident you will be to share it. And it'll help you to be more concise and to tailor it when you practice it. And a pro tip is to end your pitch with a plan of action. How are you going to follow up with the employer after this brief initial meeting? Are you going to follow them in LinkedIn? Are you going to send them a thank you email, get their business card? Maybe you'll have a virtual meeting with them in Zoom. But how are you going to follow up with the employer and continue the conversation? Also, ask questions. And end with a thank you. I like to use this picture because I feel like anytime you do something new or anytime you do something you're a little bit nervous, there's this excitement to embrace the fear that you may have and be brave. So like, you know, even if you're fearful, that's okay, but still doing it, that's what makes you brave. So that brings me to the day before the fair. I recommend you plan a wardrobe. If you know you want to wear something, make sure it's clean. Just like you would make your pitch concise and tailored, you want to make sure your wardrobe and your outfit is concise and tailored. It's good to show your personality, but at the same time, there's you want to dress for the company that you're seeking to work for. Now, employers do understand that you are coming to and from class, and so if you're not dressed in a suit or in dress slacks, that's okay. They understand. They know they're coming to a college campus and that students are going to be coming to and from classes. But the best practice, the pro tip would be to dress as professionally as possible. So if you are able to wear business slacks or business skirt, a business jacket, a dress shirt, then it's definitely recommended, but it's not required. And I wouldn't want you not to come because you didn't dress professionally. Employers are prepared for a student to come in with a backpack and a skateboard. At the same time, they're prepared to meet with a student in a complete suit with a tie. So know the company you're meeting with, and that can help set your expectations on how to dress, or meet the employer's expectations on how you're dressed. So if you're meeting with a bank compared to like a social assistant agency, there's going to be different expectations. And let's go. Review your favorite employers, the employers that you've researched. Maybe they've added a position in Handshake, and if you checked the day before, you might be able to like know which ones have made changes to their registration, or maybe they canceled. So reviewing that your favorite employers can help you be prepared the next day, and then prepare questions to ask. Make sure you have your talking points, and then to take care of yourself before a big event, to ensure like your optimal performance. It's important to take care of yourself, and it can help reduce if you have stress, or enhance your well-being. If you can rest and have proper nutrition and hydration, it contributes to increased energy and stamina, mental focus. It'll help you perform at your best. So remember to take time to groom yourself and plan your outfit. It can help boost your self-esteem and your confidence at the job fair. So during the fair, this is just my tip, is to check in with the employers you're least interested in first. And the reason I say that is because it gives you a chance to practice your pitch and your overall networking skills before you go to an employer that maybe you're a little more invested in getting a better first impression. If you have a chance to introduce yourself to peers, I recommend you do that. Find commonalities. Coming to college, you know, your classmates and your peers is your network. It's one of the value. It's one of the values of attending a college is the connections you make with your peers. Those are valuable just as much as the employers. Be purposeful with managing your energy. If you know I have class at this time and I haven't eaten and I have to meet with these 5 employers, make sure to manage your time effectively and to give yourself time to take care of yourself in between your classes or speaking with the employers. And leave time to explore. A job fair, like I said, there's over 30 different industries at this event and many more career fields. So leaving time to explore, you might discover a company or an industry that you didn't know about before, and you actually feel like aligns with your career interests and career goals. So you never know what you'll find or what you may discover at a job fair. Take notes and listen carefully. It's nice to have a piece of paper and to actively listen and be able to reiterate what the person said to you after they're done talking. That shows that you're listening. And that is those are my tips. Collect business cards. That gives you a plan of action after the event to follow up and say thank you. And yeah, confidence allows you to crush it. If you're confident, you can do anything. If you're still feeling nervous, check in with the Career Center. The Career Center will have a table. I'll be there. We'll be wearing these shirts. If you have questions about the employers, we can answer any questions you have. If you want to practice your pitch with a counselor or a Career Center staff member, you know, we can maybe, depending on staffing, you know, check in with us. We'll be around, and if you've been to a job fair in the past, you know that the Career Center is there to answer any questions that you have about the job fair. And then after the fair, following up with the employers is a critical step. Thank you message can include a brief reintroduction, a reminder of what you've discussed, a connection point from your conversation. Hey, remember we talked about this? Well, later I read about this and I thought of you, or, you know, personalize and humanize the conversation you had with them. It will make it seem more genuine, and it'll leave a stronger impression on the recruiter. And try to send this within 24 hours of the fair. Of course, if you miss 24 hours, that's fine. It's still better than not sending it. But you know, timeliness is a skill that is valued by employers. So it is a pro tip to send it within 24 hours. And that's the presentation. I did want to go and show you one more thing that I said I would go back and talk to you about. So when we go to the events page, Fall Career Fair, we have under the details section, we have who's eligible. So all CSUN students are eligible to attend any job fair that the Career Center hosts. The CSUN Career Center is the centralized career center that serves all students. Even alums are invited to attend, CSUN alums, but the event is not open to the public. It is for CSUN students and CSUN alums, and CSUN students being graduate and undergraduate students. Here are some industries that are registered, and what to expect at the fair. And then some of the prepare for the fair resources that I was talking to you about in CareerLink. We have resumes. So here we have the Career Center resume guide, resume writing videos that we have in YouTube, resume examples by industry. These are curated resume resources by Career Center counselors at CSUN. So they're very unique to CSUN students. And if you have any questions about these, you can ask the Career Center and we can help you access any of these resources or understand them, and if you have any questions. Then we have interview basics. Oh, in interview basics, we have what interviewers want to know, how to ace your face-to-face video, don't interview like a tennis player, interview rubric. I really like this resource right here. So yeah, these are really good resources curated by career counselors right here at CSUN. So I highly recommend if you have questions about interviewing or questions about resume writing and you want to just find some resources, these are great options. And then I wanted to look up the being professional. So going back to talking about how to dress before an event, it has some information on what does it mean to be business casual, dress professional, why is it important? Yeah, these are additional resources on how to dress professional. And if you're not familiar with Maddie's Closet, the Career Center also has a resource for students to find a gently used professional outfit. And the employers we work with and other community members will donate their gently used professional clothing for CSUN students. And I've seen some really amazing fits for students in the closet. We have interior fashion design and merchandising majors as interns who help like coordinate outfits for you. So it's a really great resource for students, and you can check that out to prepare for the job fair as well. All of these resources you can find from here. Just a note about the Maddie's Closet. If you noticed, when I went to being professional, it's nestled into Maddie's Closet. So from the fall career fair page, if you want to get to Maddie's Closet, you just go back like that. And that's how you get to Maddie's Closet in Career Link. Okay, let's go to questions. Now that I've shown you those resources. Before, one last thing, actually, let's go to the Career Center website, because I just want to plug one last time. Events, resume makeover, Wednesday, October 18th, 11 to 3. Industry professionals, career counselors, peer educators are going to be critiquing resumes. And if you've never created a resume, go into CareerLink and look at the resume tools to help build a resume for the first time. This is a great resource for students who've never created a resume before. And this is like the chronological resume is like the standard resume. I highly recommend, depending on what industry you're interested in applying for. But you can always come to the Career Center. These are our office hours. We even have those office hours virtual in Zoom. And then we also have drop-in hours, which you can have your resume or cover letter critiqued Wednesday 2 to 4 in person, virtual Tuesdays 11 to 1. Of course, next week for the job for the resume makeover, we're just going to have resume makeover. We're probably not going to have these in-person drop-ins because they're going to be going on during our resume makeover event. So yeah, those are our resume writing resources and dress for success resources, interview resources, and lastly, the job search preparation career fair. Sometimes if it does that, you just click on it again. Sometimes it logs you out and you have to go back. Introduce yourself to employers in 60 seconds. This is a great resource for creating a pitch if you've never created a pitch. That is also accessed from Prepare for the Fair resources in Handshake. And we'll link out to this presentation in these resources as well. So let's go to the chat and let's see some of the questions that we have. Let's go to the top. And inspired by experts. Oh, Jan, do you want to okay, great. So we have the poll. And 21 of 50, 23 of 48. Some people are leaving. I am going to answer questions. So while you're answering the poll, I'm just going to go through and let's see. Should we put a description of our work experience in the work and volunteer experience section? Or is it enough to make the resume visible where it says all of this already? Now, I do recommend that you update your Handshake profile if you haven't included that. Now, the reason I say, when someone's coming to your profile from Handshake, let's say you checked in with an employer is coming to your profile to see your resume, they might look at your profile as a snapshot. And if they are not very interested in your profile, maybe they're not going to go and open your resume. Your resume, your professional profile can align with your resume very, like sometimes you can just upload your resume and it'll autofill some of the fields for work experience in education. And it's shows that it demonstrates that your commitment to career readiness if you have a professional profile in addition to your uploaded resume. These are just best practices. They're not required. It's not required. You can have your profile and Handshake set to private and not upload your resume. That is totally fine. These are just ways for you to maximize your experience and showcase yourself for employers. So let's see, what if we don't have work experience? So I was just talking about this in my presentation from yesterday. What do you think we should share or focus on instead? So what are you enthusiastic about? What are you passionate about? If you're exploratory, what are some of your interests and your values? Have you volunteered for an organization? Have you been in student leadership? This is what I was sharing yesterday, is one of the student assistants I hired had experience in student government, but had no work experience. But it was an entry-level position. And I knew that there were transferable skills that student had gained in their student government because they highlighted their experience in student government on their resume very well. Those are transferable skills in the workplace. A lot of the things, like just like college students, projects, courses, those are things you can highlight with employers if you don't have a lot of experience. And I also have a resume template for limited work experience. And so if you're registered for this event, I can send it to registrants, but if you're not registered, put your email, or no, let's go back to the presentation. Email handshake@csun.edu if you want the resume with the resume template for limited work experience. Where is that resume event taking place? Oh, so the resume event is virtual in Zoom. You can get the Zoom link from Handshake, and it's taking place on Wednesday, October 18th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That does not mean you need to be available from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. But there usually is a wait to get your resume critiqued. And if you come towards the end, there's a possibility that we won't be able to review all of the resumes at the end. So I recommend getting there on the earlier side, but it's from 11 to 3. Thank you for turning. If you have questions, okay. Is this resume makeover in person or on Zoom? It's in Zoom. What if you have work experience mostly customer service, but nothing related to your field? How do I market myself to them, for example, with an internship? So, customer service is a great way to show work experience. Anywhere you work, you're going to have to adapt to a lot of different personalities, and being able to work in customer service shows that, you have adaptability and teamwork skills and organization. Those are the skills employers are looking for. I always talk about the top 10 skills, like Google the top 10 skills employers are looking for. They're everything that college students and even some experiences that you get from customer service or student government. All of these experiences are valuable and can be marketed in a way to showcase your best self. Where can I see this on YouTube? It'll be on the Career Center YouTube, and we'll send it to you. Okay. If you're in the registration, okay. How professional should we dress for the event? Like I said, employers are coming to and they know you're coming to and from classes. So if you are not dressed professionally, they'll be understanding. I do recommend that you, the more professional, the better. So what does that mean? Dress slacks, dress shirt, or even if you're not able and you are dressed casual, try not to wear maybe clothes that are revealing. I would dress somewhat modestly, and I wouldn't wear I would try and look as more what's the word? So if let's say you're going to and from class and you're wearing jeans and your club shirt, I think that's a great look. And it shows that, you're involved in campus and you're in a club. That would be a great casual look. But if it's has profanity on the shirt, or it's like a crop top, those outfits, as much as they are stylish, you want to be more nondescript, I think, when you are introducing yourself to someone you've never met and in a professional work related capacity. So that's my 2 cents on how to dress. And if you need help with a professional outfit, you can always come to the Career Center drop-in hours and ask us questions. You can ask Zoom. We can send you the resources from CareerLink. If you have questions about the resources, let us know. As students, the only ones allowed in the career, or can bring moral support? You can definitely bring someone with you. Yeah, there are people who do bring others with them, and that's okay. We do try and check in everybody who attends the event so we can capture how many students came to the event. Because just because you register doesn't mean you are attending the event. It is for graduate students and undergraduate students, so it's for both. It's from freshmen through doctorate, through alumni. It's for anyone who has been to CSUN currently or has graduated from CSUN. Are we allowed to get an internship outside of CSUN's internship fair? Yes, you are. It needs to be, I believe it needs to be a reputable company that has an address and that would be able to follow the internship guidelines for the university. So as long as they can meet those requirements, it doesn't have to be from the job fair. we are allowed to get, yeah, okay, resume paper, okay. Sometimes it is a touchstone at a booth because they talk to one person for a long time. How should we deal with this? This is yeah, so, I wouldn't want you to restrict anyone from, holding out when their time is limited and the line is long. At the same time, if you're very adamant about speaking to an employer, I would be patient and try and be as pleasant as possible. You don't want to show that you're like annoyed. You want to show patience and friendliness. If you're shut down, it naturally makes someone else not feel comfortable engaging with you. So just making sure that you're patient to speak with the employer you want to speak with. And if you feel like it would be better to move on and come back, that is something you could consider as well. So white shirt, tie, jacket, and slacks is business attire? Yes, that would be professional with a jacket, business professional. Without the jacket and potentially without the tie, that would be business casual. And then in like a nice pair of jeans and a nice t-shirt, that would be casual. So it's okay to come casual. It's okay to come business casual, and it's okay to come professional. Definitely the more professional, the more you're going to stand out as invested in your career readiness. But again, employers want to meet CSUN students. They're coming here because they see the value in the skills that you're learning, and they want to meet with you. They want to potentially hire you. And so whether or not you come in casual or professional, they'll be happy to meet with you. You just don't want to offend them, like if you have like profanity on your shirt or inappropriate images or things that would alienate you from others on your shirt. Who are we meeting at the career fair? Are there hiring managers for the organizations or just recruiters? It can be anything. It can be hiring managers, recruiters. It could be someone in the field that they're recruiting for. We have like technical employers coming for engineering and computer science. Sometimes they'll bring an actual engineer, or if it's in like healthcare, maybe someone who has like a client list, that of who they're meeting with in social services. So they might have someone that's in the role that you're recruiting for or you're applying for. They could just have a recruiter that's hiring for a certain role. So it depends on the company. And even the Career Center doesn't know exactly what representatives from the company are participating, whether they're a representative, a recruiter, or a hiring manager. That was a good question. What happened if we work in something that is not related to our career? That's okay. You have to find how they are synchronous with each other. So identifying how are those skills transferable to other places of work. For example, I work in the career services management system, Handshake. Most companies will use some kind of CRM, client relations management system. So that's a huge transferable skill to know and understand like how to manage work within the confines of a database. Forms and fields and options, all of those things are transferable in data management. And so, understanding your job now and whether it's customer service or working on a team, working with people who are different from you, and being resourceful and identifying troubleshooting issues. Like, those are transferable skills that you can apply to any job. And employers value those kind of skills. And what is the difference between recruiting and hiring managers? Thank you. So I guess you could say a recruiter is someone who is just there to tell you about the position and potentially hire you too, or connect you with someone. A hiring manager would be the approver of who is being hired. Like, so the recruiter maybe would make you recommendations, and the hiring manager maybe makes the final decision. The hiring manager doesn't necessarily have to be a recruiter. They could be the manager of the business, you know? So I hope that answers that question. Where can I see the requirements that need to be met by CSUN to get an internship outside of CSUN? That would be dependent on your academic department or college. If you go to your department website, for example, let's go to CSUN academics, colleges. Let's go to Mike Curb, Arts, Media, and Communications, just as an example. They're right on top. Well, the website's not working. Oh, there we go. And let's see, maybe under students. So it's all about being investigative and finding and being resourceful, finding what you need in order to answer your question. So I'm not exactly sure what major you're with, or let's see. So under students, I'm not really finding what I'm looking for. Maybe it's under a specific department and program. So let's go to Department of Cinema and Television Arts, because I know they do internships in that department frequently. And let's see. It's very slow. Okay. Let's see. We have a specific internship contact, employment. Oh, internship information. So here we have information from this department on how to get an academic internship and what are the requirements. Each department and academic program could have different requirements. So you have to find that information for your department, and then let's say you go to your program and you don't find the internship information. Then I would just go to the department and find contact information. For example, let's go to, sorry, I'm not sure what's going on. They're updating the website, so maybe that has something to do with it. Let's go to Department of Art and let's see, can we find their internship information? Jobs and internship opportunities. So this is how, so do you see how already within the same college in two different departments, they already have a different process. So not only each college has a different process, each department could have a different process on how to inquire about jobs and internships. If you need help figuring that out, you can always ask the Career Center to help you during our drop-in hours, or call us at our front desk and maybe someone can help you. And that's it. I think, yeah, we're definitely done. Let's stop sharing, and I'll share the results for the poll. We can see that majority feel knowledgeable about attending the about preparing for a career fair. And there are about 8 of you who feel somewhat or not at all knowledgeable. So if you were in that one of those 8, then please reach out to handshake@csun.edu if you have any questions. We'd love to help you feel more prepared for the job fair on October 26th, Thursday, in the Northridge Center, across from the subway and next to the AS ticket office in the USU. Thank you so much all for participating. I appreciate your kind words. They will make my day go by much nicer. Should I close out the Zoom room, Jan?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you. Just one second. It's the volume on my thing. I think I can kind of hear you. Sorry, what did you say?
I said that I wasn't sure why you couldn't hear me, but yes, we're done. You can stop the live stream if you haven't done so already, Danielle. I did stop the recording.
Okay, great. Once it's done transcribing, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And then we'll send the link
Send
from
it to
YouTube
Anna as well.
Okay, I will.
You can hear me now, right?
Oh yeah, I could hear you before. It's just it was very low.
I was trying to help you with the chat and it's like, okay, she's gonna just take it over and do it, which was fine.
I just heard